Good evening, high school basketball fans, and welcome to tonight's broadcast from New Lexington High School, where the New Lexington Lady Panthers host the Fort Frye Lady Cadets in a non-conference game here. Happy New Year, everyone. I'm Ted Snyder, joined by Marcus McPeck tonight, and this is a good game we have in store for us tonight. Marcus, New Lex comes in at an overall record 5-5, 4-2 in MVL play. Fort Frye 9-1 overall, and they are a very good team. They last played this past Monday. They beat a good Shenandoah team 52-33. The Lady Panthers did the same last Saturday against Meadowbrook with a 57-21 win.
Yep, big win. Chloe Dick had a great game that game.
Now, the last time you and I saw New Lexington was back on December 14th, a 33-28 loss at West Muskingum, a defensive-minded ball game, and I think this game should have a little more offense in store for us. We're going to pause momentarily for the national anthem.
Between the New Lexington Panthers and visiting Fort Frye Cadets. To honor America, would you please stand and join in the playing of our national anthem?
National anthem played. We're now going to await the announcers of the starting lineups for this evening's game, but let's go through some of the results these two teams have had this year. Marcus has mentioned the records of these two teams. New Lexington, we mentioned they won their last outing 57-21 last Saturday against Meadowbrook, and we saw them on December 14th where they lost a close one at West Muskingum. Fort Frye, on the other hand, they've looked good all season long. They have scored at least 40 points in each of their 10 games played so far this season. Their only loss coming back on December the 2nd to a good Marietta team, 58-49. And this Fort Frye team beat Sheridan on December the 8th, 40-35, and that result really tells you everything you need to know about this Fort Frye team.
Absolutely. We did just see 2 quarters of this Fort Frye team play because they do not have a JV team, and they look pretty good. It's going to be interesting to see this game because New Lex, like we talked about at West Muskingum, they are a huge team for a girls' team.
They are, and this Fort Frye team, like I mentioned, have scored 40 points in at least all their games. These two teams have one common opponent, the West Muskingum Tornadoes. Fort Frye defeated them back in November, 48-34. The Tornadoes were able to defeat the Lady Panthers 33-28, as we mentioned. So take that for what it's worth, but you mentioned New Lex will have a decided size advantage in this basketball game, but youth is the common denominator between these two teams. Yes. 4 juniors and a freshman in the starting lineup for New Lexington, and only 1 senior on the entire roster for Fort Frye.
Yep.
So I'm very excited to see how this all shakes out.
Yep, and the way West Muskingum was able to beat this New Lexington team is by just throwing bodies at Chloe Dick.
Yep.
They were guarding over 2, 3, even 4 some players.
And we are underway here from New Lexington High School. Mackenzie McCoy is the primary ball handler for New Lexington. She has it off to Gracie Newland. She'll work it over to Chloe Dick. Chloe Dick enters the paint and puts up a little runner off the rim, rebounded by Dupler, the leading rebounder on the year. Dick gets it back to Dupler. They're going to reset.
Yes, they are. Chloe Dick averaging about 17 points per game so far on the season. Had about 24, I think it was, 24 or 25 in their last game.
Yeah, Chloe Dick, the team's leading scorer, 18 per game. Mackenzie McCoy chips in 10 points a game and 2.5 steals per contest.
Yep.
Fort Frye will bring it up the floor with Emmy Dusky, their lone senior. Fort Frye is looking to get it in and kick out, which they do.
Yes, they are.
Three's on the way by Dowler. It's no good. Good rebound there by Gracie Newland. She'll bring it up herself. Looking to press the action here.
They showed some very good shooting in the JV game.
Mackenzie McCoy gets it to Chloe Dick. She's guarded man-to-man.
They are not doubling as hard as West Muskingum was.
Not at all.
They're waiting until she gets close to that paint before they send that second defender.
Yeah, Chloe Dick had a real tough time in the first half against the Tornadoes. She came to life there in the fourth quarter.
Yep.
You know, New Lex was down 9 with a couple minutes to play in that game and brought it back to a one-possession game in the final seconds.
I believe she ended with 10 points that game, so she didn't have a terrible game for as rough as they were being on her.
Fort Frye Lady Cadets have it. They'll get it into the paint, and that's Dowler, she gets the friendly roll, 2-0.
That's a fantastic drive.
Lady Cadets on top.
You want to see New Lex have better help defense on that?
Mackenzie McCoy is working one-on-one against Emmy Dusky. Gracie Newland passes to Chloe Dick. She finds Caroline Dupler. Tries to go baselines, cut off there. Let's swing it back around. McCoy penetrates, swings it back out. 3 is no good by Layla Baker. Fort Frye Lady Cadets quickly coming the other way. Stolen away by Layla Baker. Quickly gets it up to Chloe Dick. Trying to press the action. She'll get it up and in. And one opportunity as the blocking foul is called in the act of shooting.
That's a tough call. It was a close one. Couldn't quite tell if her feet were moving or if she was set. Ref was closer to it than we were, though.
Every time I see Chloe Dick, saw her in volleyball. It's the second time I've seen her in basketball. She's so comfortable out there.
She is.
Very confident player. The team definitely relies on her heavily to do a lot of the scoring.
What the team really needs is another player that can step up in her stead when other teams are throwing bodies at her to slow her down.
New Lex going to show a little three-quarter court pressure here. Chloe Dick gets a hand on that, but it's going to be out of bounds in favor of the Lady Cadets, but they're going to have to get this ball across in the next couple seconds.
Another issue we saw with New Lex against that West End team is a lot of turnovers. They were very turnover heavy that game, but in their last game they only had 7 total as a team.
That's impressive.
Yes, it is.
Emmy Dusky shoots the 3, and she's the lone senior on this Fort Frye squad, and she puts them in front, 4-3. Gracie Newland will bring it up. Mackenzie McCoy, rather. Gets it off to Layla Baker. She's going to drive baseline. Tries to shoot it.
Oh, foot was out of bounds.
Yeah, partially blocked. Came right back to her, and her foot was on the baseline. Fort Frye going to take possession. Some more light pressure shown by New Lex. We didn't see this against the Tornadoes.
We did not. They were playing like this in the JV game, which I thought was interesting.
Fort Frye breaks that with ease, but misses the bunny. Chloe Dick on the rebound. She's going to push it, looking for teammates.
We did see them show a little bit of a full court press at the end of the West Muskingum game. West Muskingum was doing it the whole time to them, so I think they were just giving it back at the end, especially when it started getting close. That's great defense.
Yep. Partially blocked out of bounds. And
called it a foul. I don't agree with that call. Looked like it was all ball.
Need to mention Aaliyah Stanley, who was a normal starter, is out with a knee injury tonight, so that's why freshman Layla Baker is starting. So the depth for New Lexington is tested even further, because they really only played about 3 players off the bench when we saw them last, and one of those was Layla Baker.
Yeah.
Now she's in the lineup.
Layla's also a very good player. She's very athletic.
Yep.
She reminds me a lot of Chloe Dick in her like physical attributes.
Yeah, she's a big, tall girl.
Yeah.
5'9". Caroline Dupler and Chloe Dick each staying 5'10". And the tallest player on the Fort Frye roster is 5'7". So if there is an advantage to be had, it should be on the backboards.
Absolutely.
Rebounded there off the missed free throw by Mackenzie McCoy. She'll look to push it. Gracie Newland has it in the corner. Back to McCoy.
Oh, give it to her.
High right wing, looking for a screen.
Yep, she wants the screen.
Peyton Fisher.
Ooh, broken ankles. Gotta finish the layup. She kicked the ball.
Peyton Fisher's in the game for New Lex. One of the other freshmen substitutes we will see a lot of tonight. Fort Frye controls. Ella Dowler gets it over to Dusky. Dusky's going to look to penetrate. She's an offensive-minded player.
Yes, she is. Her penetrations are great.
Yeah.
They can't really stop her at all.
Yes, you mentioned the abbreviated junior varsity game we saw, just 2 quarters, because the Fort Frye Lady Cadets have 9 total players for both JV and varsity.
Yep.
So, in fact, one of the starters on varsity, Haven Schilling, played the majority of those 2 quarters in JV. So it's even furthermore impressive that they're 9-1 at this point, and the quality of teams that they have beaten.
They got an elongated warm-up effectively.
Dusky connects on a pair, 6-3, Lady Cadet advantage. Mackenzie McCoy will walk it up for New Lexington. Emma Dusky, man-to-man, tight defense on McCoy. She's looking to get rid of it, passes to Peyton Fisher. Caroline Dupler, rather. Dupler tries to feed it into Caroline Dick, and that ball's stolen away.
That's a tough pass to make.
And Fort Frye quickly up the floor, no stopping the basketball.
You gotta stop the ball first. She was trying to meet her matchup instead of stopping the ball.
Yep.
Gave the wide open lane.
Rule number 1 on the fast break: stop the ball, and New Lexington failed to do that right there, and they are now behind 8-3. It's going to prompt a timeout from head coach Bo Dupler.
They need to communicate that better. I'm guessing she thought the girl behind her, who I didn't see who it was. I'm guessing she thought she was going to take it instead, but it was a communication issue.
Absolutely. Next, mentioned Bo Dupler, the head coach for the Lady Panthers. Dan Leidke, the head coach for the Fort Frye Lady Cadets, who come in 9 wins already on the season.
We'll take this quick moment to thank our sponsors. Tonight's game is presented by the 21st Century Program at New Lexington High School. Call the high school to enroll. And by us, South 60 Films, the official streaming partner of New Lexington Athletics.
And with our first year of division expansion in basketball, it's going to make things real interesting in the postseason. A year ago, Lady Cadets were a Division 4 team. Now they're Division 6 with division expansion. New Lex is in the same boat. They were a Division 2 team a year ago. They'll be in Division 4 postseason play this year. So I'm very curious and interested to see how this division expansion helps or hurts certain teams.
Yep, it will be very interesting to see how they do in their postseason runs.
Back to action here.
Sometimes you see these small schools and they're tiny, but their teams are incredible.
Emma Dusky on the fast break. She'll lay it up and in. And
she's fast. She's too fast for him.
She has 6 quick points for Fort Frye. And New Lex comes back, going to try to answer here in the half court. Gracie Newland in trouble. Gives it off to Chloe Dick, who was fouled in the process. That'll be the second team foul on Fort Frye here in the first quarter. Chloe Dick will inbound the basketball for the Lady Panthers. She'll get it into Mackenzie McCoy.
Emmy Dusky, I believe, was the only player on this Fort Frye team that did not play in the JV game.
I believe you're right. Yeah. Shot up and no good by Mackenzie McCoy. I'm going to say ball out of bounds, last touch by New Lexington. Similar start to when they played West Muskingum. They fell behind early and clawed their way back and eventually made it a 1-possession game late, but weren't able to get over the hump.
Yep.
Tried to double team Dusky there, and she just dribbled right around it. Now they're going to swing it around. Wide open 3-point shot is up and good.
And that's what Fort Frye was showing, is that great shooting.
They love to dribble penetrate, find the open shooter, and that's what they did right there. That was sophomore Ava Huffman on that 3-pointer.
Travel on the takeoff.
Caroline Dupler is going to return to the floor for New Lexington. She'll replace Peyton Fisher.
Yep.
So, down 10 already are the Lady Panthers, 13-3. Emmy Dusky controls. She passes off. Another wide open look. That's just short. Nothing but air, but offensively rebounded by Fort Frye.
That was a tough closeout by, which one was it? Caroline Dupler. She could have gotten called for a foul on that. She's lucky she didn't.
Ava Huffman, who just made a three from the corner, just missed a pair in that same possession. New Lex will regain control of the basketball, desperately needing some points here on this possession.
Yep, they're struggling right now.
Gracie Newland.
They need to take a moving screen. They need to take a beat out of Fort Frye's book and do some dribble penetrations into the kickouts. They need threes. They're not a terrible three-point shooting team. They shot pretty good in their last game from three.
We saw Gracie Newland knock down a few threes at West Muskingum. She's a capable shooter if the defense starts to collapse in the lane.
Yep, Chloe Dick 2 for 2 from three in their last game as well. So they are capable shooters if they need it. They don't run an offense that gets their shooters open as much as they could.
We're going to have a jump ball situation here. Possession arrow favors the Lady Cadets. They'll stay on this end. They are getting a lot of wide open three-point opportunities.
Yeah, the real story right now is the defense of New Lexington. They're just not doing what they need to do on the closeouts, on the help side defense. It's a lot of, like you said, wide open threes.
Emma Dusky finds Huffman.
Wide open back cuts.
And Huffman lays it up and in. Quick 5 points for her, and the Lady Cadets out 15-3 in front. Mackenzie McCoy passes to Chloe Dick on the left wing. She'll look to dribble penetrate. Gets into the lane, kicks out to Dupler, wide open lane, and she misses the layup. Dupler on the rebound, unable to get it to go. And that's going to be a reach-in foul, I believe, on Gracie Newland.
I believe you are correct. Yep. Yep, just a tough game for New Lexington right now.
Peyton Fisher going to check in, give Gracie Newland a breather. Both these teams are going to only play 6, maybe 7 players in this basketball game.
Yep.
So conditioning could become a factor.
Yeah, and we're still decently early in the season.
Yes.
So it could actually play like a fairly big factor if one team is better conditioned than the other. The way Fort Frye's running, it's probably them.
Mackenzie McCoy guilty of a foul. That'll give Fort Frye free throws, as that was the 5th team foul here in the first quarter against the Lady Panthers, and that's going to send Emmy Dusky to the free throw line. She's 2 for 2 from the charity stripe so far. First one up and good.
Soft touch.
Yes. Yeah, this team not big. 5'7", their biggest player, yet they've scored at least 40 in every game. 40 was their lowest scoring output, and that was against the Sheridan Lady Generals.
Yeah, it looks like they're about 5'5" on average.
Yes. But they can score the basketball. 2 shots down from the line for Dusky. 17-3 advantage. Now they're showing a little pressure here. They better get this across.
And New Lex struggled with the pressure against West Muskingum.
It's a 10-second violation, as New Lex just, nobody came to the ball.
Yep.
McCoy really needed some relief, somebody to come to the basketball, and nobody relieved her. It's going to be side out of bounds.
You want to see Chloe Dick come in and, like you said, give her some relief, maybe even come behind her to give her a lane to pass the ball.
Lady Cadets working it around the perimeter. Ella Dollar off to Huffman. Huffman will pass over to Aubrey Lang. Lang gives it up to Schilling. Haven Schilling guilty of a double dribble. Break for the Panthers. They desperately need some points. 17-3, just 15 seconds remaining here in the first.
The Lady Panthers, they might need to start running more of a switch-heavy defense, because I think the lack of switching is what's really leaving those open looks for Fort Frye.
Layla Baker has it left wing. She's going to give it up to Chloe Dick. Chloe Dick's looking to shoot the ball, and it would have been good if it went, but it's off the mark, and that will do it for the first quarter of action. The score is Fort Frye 17, New Lexington 3. We'll step aside for a moment. We'll be right back with the second quarter.
And we're back.
Welcome back to New Lexington High School. The first quarter is in the books. New Lexington behind 17-3, and one thing we noticed in that first quarter, Marcus, it's Fort Frye knows their identity, and it seems like New Lexington is still searching for theirs.
Yes.
And New Lex does control the ball here with freshman Layla Baker. She'll give it up to Caroline Dupler. She picks up her dribble and needs help. She'll get it into Mackenzie McCoy. Makes a very good snag.
Yeah.
Back to Dupler. She's driving aggressively to the basket. That ball's blocked.
A catch like that, Mackenzie McCoy might want to try out for the football team.
Fort Frye will slow it down a little bit. Haven Schilling gets it out to Huffman. She'll drive back out to Emmy Dusky. Schilling over to Ella Dowler. Back to Schilling. Back to Huffman in the corner. She'll drive up and in. She's this Ava Huffman, 5'7" sophomore, has got a real nice game.
Yes, she does. Very good team. All from top to bottom, very good team.
Yep.
What I would like to see Coach Dupler do, and it looks like he's doing it right now, is put Ava Snedeker in to just kind of anchor that defense and be a shot blocker.
Yeah, Ava Snedeker, 6'3" freshman for New Lex.
They are not stopping anything around the basket.
Chloe Dick trying to go one-on-one, and
Giving their old Charles Barkley.
she's going to get bailed out there by a foul. And you know, Marcus, when I was looking at some things before the game, before I headed down here, one thing I noticed about New Lexington, their leading assist player is Chloe Dick at under 1 per game.
Yeah.
And if that tells you one thing, it tells you they're getting the bulk of their points from one-on-one, like we just saw. It's not a fluid team half-court offense.
Yeah, their half-court offense is not great. It's not the worst half-court offense in the world. There's not enough.
But you can see the movement without the ball Fort Frye shows on the offensive set, and that's, you know, New Lex needs to take a page from their book and not be so stagnant offensively, standing around watching one player. Chloe Dick rather, is 1 for 2 at the line. 19-4, the cadet advantage. Here comes Huffman right down the baseline. That ball's no good. Battle for the rebound. It's tipped out to Ella Dowler, who gets it up and in, and they're efficient.
Yes, they are
offensively when they get in down near the basket.
That again was a communication issue by New Lexington, because they had 3 players all putting their hands on that ball, but nobody claiming it because they were all fighting for it with each other.
Chloe Dick controls it beyond the 3-point line. Gets it over to Fisher. Mackenzie McCoy tries to force it in, and the ball temporarily gets stolen away, but referee says out of bounds, back to New Lexington. Peyton Fisher will be the inbounder. She's going to get it into Snedeker, who couldn't handle the pass. Michaela McCoy tracks it down. Mackenzie McCoy drives, kicks it out to Layla Baker, who shoots the 3. It's no good, and Cadets have numbers. They have a wide open break. And
that's a good look for New Lexington. It just didn't fall.
Ella Dowler lays it up and in for Fort Frye, 23-4. 5 minutes and a half to play here in the second quarter. Mackenzie McCoy gives it off to Peyton Fisher. In the corner, Layla Baker.
New Lexington runs a variation of the triangle offense. Just like we've said, a more stagnant one.
Are they going? They're going to get a foul here. They're saying before the shot. It's going to be baseline out of bounds for New Lexington. Dick was able to get that ball up off the glass and in.
Yeah, what we're really seeing here is a difference in offensive philosophy.
Yes.
Like Fort Frye runs a very modernized offense, very drive and kick, get the 3 or the layup. New Lex is running an older triangle form of offense that just doesn't seem to work for them.
Yep. Layla Baker gets the inbound. She'll kick it over. Mackenzie McCoy tries to drive, cut off there by Dusky. Chloe Dick will reset. She'll pass it off to Caroline Dupler, who drives in and finds Layla Baker. Great look there from Dupler to Baker, who executes the layup. 23-6 is the score. New Lex showing a little bit of three-quarter court pressure once again. Fort Frye breaks it with ease, and They're going to kick it over to Dusky. She'll fake the three and give it off to Haven Schilling, who's fouled on the play by Caroline Dick.
That looked like good hands to me. It's a tough call. Oh, he called a blocking foul on her. She must have made body contact with her.
Yeah, Caroline
from the angle we couldn't see it.
Guilty of that foul. We baseline out of bounds for Fort Frye. Dusky to inbound. Gets it off to Huffman. Ava Huffman controls. Gives it off Haven Schilling. She'll drive past her defender and put it up and in. Just too easy.
Yep.
25-6, the Lady Cadet advantage. Chloe Dick controls on the high right elbow. She'll give it off to McCoy. Dick gets it back on the left wing. She's looking to penetrate. She's going to shoot a long two. It's off the mark. Rebounded by Dick. Gets her own rebound.
Her.
And another offensive rebound. So 2 offensive rebounds by Chloe Dick on that possession,
yep.
And she earns a trip to the free throw line.
She was just padding the stats there. Yeah, I feel like a big issue with this New Lexington team is there's no true ball handler.
Yes.
None of them, they're not the worst ball handlers, but they don't have a true like point guard to drive and kick, hit people that are open, make the long skip pass that's going to hit an open three-pointer. They're playing a very simplistic offense that's not getting them the buckets they need.
Yeah, Mackenzie McCoy, the primary ball handler for New Lex. That's who usually orchestrates the offense.
Yeah, and she does a good job bringing the ball up and everything. She's just not aggressive enough going to the basket and attacking her defender in a way that creates those open buckets like that.
Yeah. Emmy Dusky just shot that up and over a pair of New Lexington defenders. That stretches the lead to 21. 27-6 is our score here. Midway point of the second quarter.
Amy Dusky with 10 points already.
And New Lexington needs some points. And they need them badly. Chloe Dick controls high on the point. Gives it off to Peyton Fisher, who gets it to Mackenzie McCoy. Picks up her dribble. Ball nearly stolen. They're going to say that ball was last touched by Chloe Dick. Possession back to Fort Frye.
At halftime, Coach Dupler is going to need to make some kind of adjustment to the game plan.
Dusky finds a wide open shooter. And that was Haven Schilling was off the mark, but rebounded on the offensive end by Fort Frye. Here goes Dusky. She's open for a three. And that's short. Yeah. Rebounded by Snedeker.
That was more luck for New Lexington than anything. That's 2 wide open three-pointers.
Chloe Dick picks up her dribble high. She's going to pass back out to Mackenzie McCoy. Mackenzie McCoy trying to feed Snedeker, but a little bit over.
Yep, she wasn't ready for it.
A little bit over her head.
She hadn't sealed off the position yet.
Ava Huffman going to pass back out to Aubrey Lang, and she's going to dribble penetrate. Gets it back to Huffman. She's going to go into the lane. She's going to find a shooter who passes up the shot. Huffman's going to reset high point.
The Panthers may need to switch to a zone defense.
It's Haven Schilling off the mark. Rebounded by Layla Baker for New Lexington. Chloe Dick brings it up herself. She's looking to shoot, but she's cut off there. Gets it to McCoy, and she drives aggressively to the lane. Great move.
That's a great drive.
Yep.
That's exactly what they need.
She made that decision early and put her head down and went to the basket. 27-8. It's going to be a timeout on the floor from Dan Leidke and the Fort Frye Cadets, and give us a moment to talk about what we have coming up. Tomorrow night we'll be back. Howard Twiggs and myself will be at the power plant in Philo for MVL-LCL matchup between Philo and Zanesville. Excited to see those two teams for the first time this season.
It should be a good game. Neither team has a great record, but they should be pretty well matched.
And these two teams we're watching tonight, their next game for New Lexington will be Saturday afternoon at Riverview. So the road doesn't get any easier. Riverview's a very tough team as well.
Shout out our sponsors real quick. Tonight's game is presented by the 21st Century Program here at New Lexington High School. Call the high school to enroll. And by us, South 60 Films, the official streaming partner of New Lexington Athletics.
You know, we talk about the division expansion, you know, it's for both boys and girls, but it used to just be 4 divisions in basketball. Now with 7, the MVL a year ago was only Division 2 and 3.
Yeah.
Now they're going to encompass 4 divisions,
Yeah.
from 3 all the way to 6.
Yeah.
So all those district tournaments where MVL was always playing each other is not going to be the case so much.
Yeah.
There are going to be opportunities for MVL teams to not face the team for the 3rd time, which is I'm very excited about that.
Yep, it'll be interesting to see these teams play, teams that they're not used to, teams that they haven't seen, like you said, 2-3 times already that year.
The Lady Cadets in control of the basketball. Emmy Dusky takes it into the lane, and she is fouled in the process. I think they're going to get Snedeker. It's going to be Peyton Fisher on the foul. And Emmy Dusky back to the free throw line where she's made this a regular thing here tonight.
Yep, she is making her bread at the free throw line.
And that one in and out. That's her first miss at the line. 4 for 5 on the night from the line for Dusky.
She is definitely not the player they want to keep sending to the free throw line.
Great rebound there by
Yes, it was.
Snedeker. She really went after that one. If she starts to play like that.
Yeah, you really want to see that aggression from her.
Yeah. Mackenzie McCoy controls for New Lexington. She's looking for a screen. Chloe Dick gives it to her. She's going to penetrate, kick out wide open Layla Baker, and that's way long.
Yep.
Rebounded by Fort Frye. And Fort Frye, New Lex is going to catch a break here. It's going to be out of bounds off the Lady Cadets. Well, that was a good set and a good open look.
Yep, that's a tough miss, but that is the perfect basketball that they need to be playing right now. That is exactly what they need to be doing the rest of the game.
Snedeker gets it. She is stripped of the basketball.
They threw it to her a little low. It made it tougher to control it.
Here is Haven Schilling back to Aubrey Lang, and she'll dribble penetrate and get the ball up, and she gets a friendly roll. 29-8 in favor of the Lady Cadets. Under a minute to play in the first half.
And that was a good closeout by Snedeker to run her off the line. She just needs to keep her feet on the floor.
Mackenzie McCoy, she'll pull up for a long two. That's no good. Rebounded there by Haven Schilling of Fort Frye. She'll bring it up herself. And she's going to pass it off to Aubrey Lang. She passes up a 3-look, gives it off to Emmy Dusky. She's going to dribble back high point, give it off to Huffman, who finds Haven Schilling. Back to Emmy Dusky.
Yep, looking like Fort Frye is going to be trying for the final shot of the quarter, of the half, I should say.
Could have been a double dribble there, not called.
I'm kind of surprised it wasn't.
They're very patient in this set. Lang kicks it out. Back the high point to Dusky. She'll put a move on Peyton Fisher and knock down the mid-range jump shot. Yeah,
she's
very comfortable in her own skin.
Yep, she's really putting on a clinic tonight.
Yeah. So we are at halftime. The score is Fort Frye 31, New Lexington 8. We will take a break and be right back with you for the second half. And welcome back. We are ready for second half action here at New Lexington, where the Lady Panthers find themselves behind 31-8. And Marcus, they really struggled in the offensive end, which led to rebounds and runouts for Fort Frye. They had a lot of transition opportunities, and even when Fort Frye was forced into a half-court set, they were very efficient in those as well.
Yes, they were. We started to see a little bit of the adjustment that New Lex needed towards the end of that half. They had a couple good plays right back to back, but it has been a tough go of it so far.
And every time the Panthers try to penetrate into the lane, the defense really collapses on them, leaving wide open shooters. They're just unable to find those shooters in the first half. If they can find Newland and Baker and Dupler out on the perimeter after they drive into the perimeter, or drive into in the lane, which is Chloe Dick and Mackenzie McCoy have been providing most of the ball handling here in the first half. It'll be Fort Frye possession to start the second half here.
Yeah, if I'm Coach Dupler after this game, I'm taking the tape and I'm showing it to these girls every day at practice and being like, this is how we need to play.
Emmy Dusky pulls up for a long two. That's off the mark. Rebounded by Fort Frye. Battle for the board comes back to Dusky. She passes it into Schilling, who gives it back out to Huffman. And she is true on the three-point shot. Second chance opportunity for Fort Frye. Results in 3 points. 34-8 now the advantage.
And again, we're seeing that hard man-to-man defense really biting New Lex.
Just New Lex unable to rebound the basketball, which is puzzling when you think about their size inside. Caroline Dupler drives to the basket. She gets it up, unable to get the roll. Haven Schilling quickly out for Fort Frye. She's going to take it all the way, and that should be a charging foul, which it is. Great defensive position there by, was it Newland, Gracie Newland?
Yep, it was.
Great defensive position, and put her body on the line for that. That'll give possession back to New Lexington.
What you really want, if you're the, who was it on Fort Frye that had the ball?
That was Huffman, Ava Huffman.
If you're Huffman there, you really need to step around the defense. You can't just go straight up through them.
Yeah, she tried. She went right through her.
She looked like she was trying to jump over.
Mackenzie McCoy will handle the ball for New Lexington. She'll bring it across the timeline, guarded by Dusky, who steals the ball.
There's a lot of unforced errors like that too. Just throwing the ball into closed passing lanes that were never open.
Ava Huffman's open again. She's a good shooter.
Tough.
She is lights out from out there.
It is just.
And that gives Huffman 13 on the night. She leads all scorers in this game.
Yeah, they need to just start playing a stick defense on her, just not letting her out of their sight. Just put one player on her, make them play 4-on-4.
Caroline Dupler strong to the hoop again. She's fouled on her way by Huffman. And Dupler's going to earn herself a trip to the free throw line.
And that's two Fort Frye players now in double digits.
Yes.
It's Ava Huffman and Emmy Dusky.
Yeah, they have 13 and 12 respectively, and New Lexington has 9 as a team, or eight as a team.
Yeah.
That's going to be a tough way to win.
That is not how you win basketball games.
Dupler unable to connect on the first. Second is up. It is short, no good. Battling for that rebound was Chloe Dick, but she was unable.
That's a great effort by Dick. Great hustle by Caroline Dupler.
Fort Frye inbounds to Aubrey Lang. Back to Emmy Dusky. And the Fort Frye will get it across. A little pressure shown by New Lexington leads to a wide open shot down low by Haven Schilling.
And that's that danger of that press defense. If they break it that easy, they're going to get a layup.
39-8 is our score. 31-point advantage for Fort Frye. This will be a running clock if we get to a 35-point deficit. Chloe Dick has it out top, over to Mackenzie McCoy.
I don't want to say this game is unwinnable for New Lex, because they are a good scoring team when they're flowing, but it is getting close to unwinnable.
Caroline Dupler will inbound for New Lexington. She'll get it in to Layla Baker. Good look.
That's a great pass.
Good look to McCoy, who kicks it out to Newland, and there's the shooter.
Yeah.
And she nails it, Gracie Newland, and she loves the corner.
Yes, she does. And they show those sparks of great offense. It's just not consistent enough.
So Gracie Newland knock a couple down from that exact spot late in the game against West Muskingum. She can definitely shoot it. Emmy Dusky controls for Fort Frye. She finds Haven Schilling. Back to Ava Huffman. Huffman is fouled trying to get out of the double team. I think that's going to be Chloe Dick, and it is.
I don't know if I agree with that foul call. It looked like she kind of did it to herself, but it's when the offensive player falls down, it's tough to not call it for him.
Sure is. Dusky to inbound. She will get it in. Try to inbound to Aubrey Lang. Ball was knocked away there by McCoy.
Quick hands.
Sideline out of bounds for the Lady Cadets. 39-11. 5 minutes to play in the third quarter. You're listening to South 60 Films and MVL presentation. Emmy Dusky controls top of the key. She gives it off to Huffman. Back to Haven Schilling, to Aubrey Lang in the left wing. Huffman has it, passes it back. Dusky top of the key. She'll penetrate. She'll go up strong.
They closed the lane off on her that time. Now she's not going to the free throw line like I thought she was.
They're going to say that was on the floor.
Yep.
Baseline out of bounds for Fort Frye.
Every other time she did that, she scored, so it's an improvement.
Emmy Dusky looking, barely just got the ball in before the 5-second count. She'll get it right back. Closely guarded there by Mackenzie McCoy. Double team now. She'll find Lang down low. Another double team. Good defense on this set. But there's a cutting Emmy Dusky, and they are just patient and wait for the right shot. They never force any bad shots. They wait for the right shot and take it. They don't pass up good ones, and they don't take bad ones.
Yes, they are extremely efficient, like we've been saying. They're very patient. Just an incredible basketball team, really. They play the right way. You really can't fault them.
Chloe Dick finds her good position. That was her best low post position of the night. She established it very low. They got her the basketball, and she was able to get it up and in. 41-13 is our score. Fort Frye gets it across. Haven Schilling might have traveled with the basketball, and she did.
Shuffled her feet a little bit.
Drug the pivot foot. That'll give it right back to New Lexington, and I'd be looking to get it right back to Chloe Dick on the block. She has 4 inches advantage on her defender.
She's got 4 inches advantage on everybody on the opposing team. They could match her up against anybody and get her down low like that, and she should be able to score.
Caroline Dupler has it left
wing. They're trying to get her the lob.
And they're trying, but that ball was deflected by Haven Schilling. And Fort Frye was fouled in the process by...
This New Lexington team they struggle with that lob pass inside like that. They have a hard time throwing it over the defender into their teammates' hands.
I'd like to see Dupler hold that ball high. She threw it from a lower position and was...
Yep, and we saw the same issue when Snedeker was in. They were trying to lob her some passes and just throwing them too low.
Haven Schilling finds Ava Huffman, who finds a shooter new into the ball game, Ellie Castro. Off the mark. New Lexington quickly back up the floor, finds Gracie Newland. She loves the spot, and she nails it. 41-16.
That's exactly the defense that you want to see out of New Lex. They collapse the paint, hit the shooter.
See if that puts some life into their defense. As wide open look for Emmy Dusky, and that's off the mark.
That's great hustle.
Yeah, Gracie Newland was just kind of waiting for the ball to fall out of bounds, and Dusky hustled and tracked it down and threw it off of Newland's leg out of bounds.
She's very slippery.
Yes, she is. She never gives up on a play. Inbounded to Ella Dowler. Gets it back to Ava Huffman. She'll find Castro on the left wing. Castro will drive and penetrate up off the glass. No good. Great rebound in there by Haven Schilling, and that'll give them another look at. It'll be another offensive rebound. Third opportunity on this set for the Lady Cadets. Aubrey Lang, top of the key. Passes over to Dollar. She gives it up to Dusky, top of the key. Get 3 chances. They're finally going to knock one down.
Yep, you can't just give up offensive rebounds like that. But Fort Frye, they're doing a great job at putting bodies on their defenders to get those rebounds, to get the position. They really do just play perfect basketball. It's great coaching.
Yeah, fundamentally, they're about as sound as a program as we've seen this year. Chloe Dick has it, left wing, trying to work one-on-one against her defender. Passes it to Peyton Fisher, who gets the ball down in the corner. Back to Chloe Dick. She's going to try to work one-on-one again. Spins middle, finds Mackenzie McCoy, and she's unable to knock down the mid-range jump shot. That's going to be out of bounds, and it's going to
be off her leg.
And stay with the Lady Panthers. Ava Snediger, 6'3" freshman, is going to check into the basketball game, give Caroline Dupler a breather. She's going to get Layla Baker, rather. Peyton Fisher to inbound for New Lexington. You see the size advantage, Ava Snediger versus the 5'4" Aubrey Lang. I'm talking almost an entire foot, 6'3" and 5'4".
Yeah, it is something. Just a freshman too.
So Snediger's going to have to come out. I don't think she was able to check in right there.
Huh. She has blood on her jersey. She got hit in the nose earlier in the game.
New Lexington gets it in successfully. Chloe Dick holds on the right wing. She'll spin baseline. And I think she is fouled on her way to the basket.
Hand went across the arms on the pull up there.
Yeah, I think that was a good call. Fans here on our side, the visiting side, don't like it, but clearly across the arm, and Dick's going to earn herself a couple from the free throw line. That's going to be a quick 30-second timeout for Fort Frye. Give Marcus a chance to plug our sponsors.
Yep. Tonight's game is presented by the 21st Century Program here at New Lexington High School, called the High School to Enroll, and by us, South 60 Films, the official streaming partner of New Lexington Athletics.
So offensively, New Lex showing a little bit of life here.
They've been playing a little bit harder, a little bit more with a little bit more tenacity on the defensive end as well. They're still having a hard time keeping track of everybody, but it's been a much better showing so far, even though the score still doesn't really show it.
Yeah, our score was 31-8 at halftime. So New Lexington has scored 8 in this quarter, as many as they scored the entire first half. So offensively, they're turning it around, but they're just still unable to stop this machine. Yeah, it is Fort Frye.
They're just too efficient. Yeah. Like it's just tough to stop a team like this.
Chloe Dick's first offering from the line is good.
Emmy Dusky up to 17.
Chloe Dick's second shot is up and good as well, 44-18.
2 of Fort Frye's players have 30 of their points. A little bit of a kickball there. Ref didn't quite see it in the fraccar.
Dusky shows some great ball handling, gets it over to Huffman, who shoots the 3. That's short. Rebounded there.
That's great defense.
Castro. She's unable to get it. Another offensive rebound. Dusky kicks it out to Aubrey Lang, who gets it over to Haven Schilling. She'll shoot a 3. That's short. We're going to get a foul on Caroline Dupler. Didn't see what it was.
Chloe Dick out there playing very hard that possession. She got the block. She almost got the steal.
Dupler's going to have to take a seat now. Layla Baker back into the ball game. Fort Frye to inbound underneath their own basket. Dusky inbounds to Haven Schilling, over to Huffman. Huffman out to Dollar. Dusky passes up a long 3. They'll swing it back around. Ava Huffman penetrates. She gets it back to Castro, who shoots it up and no good. Rebounded there by Gracie Newland. She's going to come up the floor quickly. Passes to Mackenzie McCoy. Great ball handling. Oh, great move.
The footwork, got to finish the layup. She rushed herself a little bit, but that was an incredible move.
Fort Frye with a wide open fast break opportunity, and Huffman cashes it in at the other end. Give her 15 on the night. 20 seconds left remaining here in the third period of action. Michaela McCoy gives it off to Chloe Dick on the right wing. Peyton Fisher over to Layla Baker. Chloe Dick controls now, back on the top of the key. She'll shoot a long three, step back. She banks it in. They'll take it any way they can get it. 46 to 21 rather.
You never argue with points.
Long shot at the buzzer, it was no good. So our score at the end of 3, Fort Frye 46, New Lexington 21. We will be right back with the fourth quarter. Welcome back, New Lexington High School. We're about to begin the fourth quarter. Fort Frye Lady Cadets lead this one 46 to 21, and we knew they had scored points each of their 10 games. 40 is the lowest output, and that was against Sheridan. So we knew defensively New Lexington would have their hands full, but seeing this team in person, they are very, very good.
Yep.
New Lexington will have possession to begin the quarter.
I'm guessing we'll see Fort Frye play a good bit slower this quarter, just because they've got the game in hand. No reason to give New Lex an opportunity, so they probably won't get too much higher than what they are. But
yeah, they'll probably try to take some air out of it and use a lot of clock here in this quarter.
Yep.
But they're a team that just doesn't pass up good shots. When they find a shot they like, they pull the trigger. Mackenzie McCoy penetrates into the lane. She's going to try to do it herself. Splits a triple team, is able to get it up off the glass. That's going to be a trip to the line from Mackenzie McCoy, team's second leading scorer.
I wish we would have saw her playing like that in the first half. She's been very aggressive in the second half.
I see Chloe Dick does have 11 points. That's very, very quiet 11.
Yeah.
She manages to find her points somehow, some way.
She gets her buckets, but sometimes they are very tough for her.
So McCoy able to connect on a pair. A little full court pressure shown, easily broken by Fort Frye. They'll get it over to Castro. She'll take it up, and that's no good. Rebounds her own miss. Gives it to Dusky, out to Aubrey Lang, who passes up a wide open three. Now they'll get it over.
I'd be curious what the rebounding stats are on this game.
Yeah, that shot was up and good by Ella Dowler.
Fort Frye's just getting so many offensive rebounds. Like, going into this, I would not have expected that they would be winning the rebounding battle the way they are.
I'm shocked. Yeah. Chloe Dick unable to get that one off the glass. Fort Frye, trouble controlling. They're going to have to get this one quickly, and they do. That's going to be a traveling violation. Good defensive intensity there by New Lex. No quit in the Lady Panthers.
Nope, they're still locked in. They're trying to win this game. But every second that ticks by, it becomes a harder and harder task to make a comeback here.
Mackenzie McCoy passes off to Chloe Dick. She'll spin right into a double team, pass it off to Gracie Newland, who finds Dupler. Back to Dick in the low block. She had great position, but the double team by Aubrey Lang was there quickly to tie her up, and that's going to be a jump ball in favor of Fort Frye. Nothing going the Panthers' way tonight.
No. Yeah, Chloe Dick has been really the lone bright spot, other than Mackenzie McCoy picking up her play a little bit in this second half. But it is a tough game for them.
Long pass ahead to Schilling.
Kick ball.
Sideline out of bounds for the Lady Cadets. 48-23 lead for Fort Frye. And they're going to get it into the top of the key. That's Haven Schilling, and she'll fire a three-point shot. That's no good. Rebounded there by Dusky. She just always at the right place at the right time.
Those sideline out of bounds sets are prime real estate for getting a good three-pointer, and they did. They just didn't quite finish it, but.
Dusky, nice shot fake, and takes it right into the lane. She's a good-looking player.
She's so good.
Emmy Dusky and Ava Huffman, those two have combined for 34 points in this game. New Lex controls. Chloe Dick passes off to Gracie Newland. She'll look inside to Layla Baker. Back to Chloe Dick. Just great man-to-man defense there by Fort Frye.
Playing very hard.
Chloe Dick.
Great move.
Oh, yeah. Chloe Dick splits the double team. Shows her athleticism on the way to the basket. Up and good for two. Give her 13 in the game. Stolen by Mackenzie McCoy. She'll go all the way.
Chloe Dick's very quick, especially for her size.
Chloe Dick, offensive rebound and put back. All of a sudden, the Panthers starting to come to life.
And that's what you want to see.
They did this against West Muskingum. They're kind of absent for 3 quarters, and all of a sudden they showed up to the game in the 4th.
It's interesting, too, because we kind of saw that with the volleyball team. Their volleyball team would always go down like 10 points every set, and then they would come back and they would manage to win it. We haven't seen them get the win off of a game like this yet, but it's just very interesting that they're a very slow starting group of girls.
Yeah, this junior class is star-studded for New Lexington.
Yep.
Just so many athletes in this junior class here at New Lexington, including Mackenzie McCoy, who gives it up to Caroline Dupler. She's cut off on her penetration. She's looking for help. Gets it off to Gracie Newland, and she double dribbles. Turns the ball over back to Fort Frye. Under 5 minutes to play in the game. Lady Panthers trail 50-27. Inbounded to Huffman, back to Haven Schilling. She'll go right around her defender and pass it out for another wide open 3, which is long. And it's going to be last touch by Fort Frye.
They're still getting them looks, but they're starting to fall a little bit less. Fatigue could be playing a role. They have played 1.5 games at this point.
A wide open look off the inbound play to Aubrey Lang, and she gets an easy one off the glass, 52-27.
Like we were talking about at halftime, this Fort Frye team is not going to be hurting for stamina when it comes playoff time, and they don't have to play JV also.
Mackenzie McCoy, dribble penetration, kicks out to Gracie Newland, and she is true from the other corner. 3 for 3 from distance for Gracie Newland in this game. And she has provided an offensive punch here in the second half. 9 points all in the second half.
Mackenzie McCoy really starting to play that point guard role like they need her to. Very aggressive on the drive, hitting the right player, getting the threes. They're finally playing how they need to. If they would have started like this, this would probably be a different game.
Mackenzie McCoy will bring it into the front court. She'll kick it. Oh, splits. I thought she was going to kick it, but she went right between the double team, up and in. Great move by Mackenzie McCoy. Back come the Lady Cadets. Dusky has it. She dribbles in, finds Dowler, long 3.
Would have liked to see one more pass there.
The ball's rebounded by Peyton Fisher, who throws it right back to Dusky. Up and in, and the foul.
That is not what you want at this point in the game.
Freshman Peyton Fisher able to track that rebound down, but a careless pass in the backcourt leads to an easy 2 and possibly 3 here if Dusky connects on this free throw. Ava Snedeker set the check back in the game. Must have got the blood off the jersey or went and switched it, one of the two. She will come into the game for Layla Baker. Dusky back to the free throw line. She is good. 22 points on the night for Emmy Dusky.
Yeah. One thing you need to see when you're like to teach these young players is that they need to slow down when they get those rebounds.
Into Snedeker. She's not even looking to score. Kicks it back out to Mackenzie McCoy.
It's a great pass.
Yep. With time, she'll get the aggressiveness. She wasn't even looking to score,
Right.
and she was right at the basket. All she had to do was turn around and lay it up. No one can contest that shot. She's 6'3".
Yeah.
You hold the ball above your head, just turn around and shoot it off the glass. She'll learn that over time.
Absolutely, and it's like I said, like we were talking about before the game. It seems like she got very tall very fast,
Yeah.
and she's not quite used to it yet.
Yeah. 3-point look by Huffman's off the mark. Ball temporarily saved out of bounds. They're going to say the foot was on the baseline. Possession back to New Lexington. McCoy will bring it into the front court. Panthers not playing too quickly right now. Gracie Newland over to Chloe Dick, high point. She'll look to go one-on-one against her defender, picks her dribble up. Gracie Newland, right wing, in the corner to Dupler. Try to feed it into Snedeker. Wide open look for Dick off the feed, in and out.
Again, that entry pass was just too low. They're not lobbing it in like they need to. If they were lobbing it into her, she could catch it high, keep it high, and just lay it in. Her standing reach has to be 9.5 feet.
Yeah. Some sloppy ball handling by Fort Frye leads to a turnover. New Lexington, 57-32 they trail. 2 minutes to play in the basketball game. Ava Snedeker, nice offensive rebound. She's going to earn herself a trip to the free throw line here, Marcus.
And she played it right that time. She got the ball, she kept it high, and she went right back with it.
So the score was 31-8 at halftime, and right now it's 57-32. So the Panthers have played the Lady Cadets almost even in the second half.
Yeah, that's what I was saying. If they would have played the first half the way they're playing the second half, this would be a much different game. This game would be winnable at this point, but they just that first half they were very lethargic, very stagnant. They just could not get anything going for them.
Snedeker, they're going to say
she stepped over the line.
They're going to say lane violation.
Yeah.
She needs to keep her head high because she got a long career here ahead of her. She looked a little down on herself after that, but that's trials and tribulations of being a young player.
Yep. Still just a freshman.
Yep.
She's got a good few years to really hone in that skill set.
Yeah, once her confidence and skills catch up with her size, she's going to be dangerous.
Gonna be tough.
Cadets control, not looking.
Especially having another year with a player like Chloe Dick, who really plays in the way that Ava Snedeker should.
Yes, I agree, because next year this group of juniors will obviously be seniors, so they're not really going to need to rely on Snedeker heavily till she's a junior.
Yep, and having that type of player to kind of model your game off of, because she plays a very large post-heavy game, which is what Snedeker should be doing herself. Stepped out.
And Peyton Fisher off the mark on the three-point shot. The ball's going to be out of bounds. Last touch by Fort Frye. Peyton Fisher to inbound for New Lexington. She'll throw it in high to Chloe Dick, guarded by Aubrey Lang. Chloe Dick's looking to make a move one-on-one, spins into the lane. Picks up her dribble, has to give it up to Gracie Newland. She's looking for Snedeker, gets it into her, but she's just looking to pass the ball.
Yep.
Back out to Chloe Dick, and that ball's stolen by Emmy Dusky with a textbook defensive play.
Yeah. There's a great read on that on the passing lane there.
Yeah, great denial of the basketball.
Yeah, they really do need to get Snedeker more aggressive on the block, because nobody should be able to guard her.
Ava Huffman goes to the basket. Give her two more. 18 on the night for Huffman, 22 for Dusky. 40 points combined for their top two scorers. That's a tough duo to stop.
Yeah. If the other team's two best players are doing that night in, night out, they are going to have a record like they have.
Now you see, we're understanding now why they score so many points. Chloe Dick's trying to penetrate. She's finding tough to find a driving lane.
And
She has it in the corner.
Ella Dowler for Fort Frye also has 10 points herself. So 50 of their 59 points came from 3 players.
And that will do it. Our final score from this one, Fort Frye 59, New Lexington 32. We'll take a quick break and be right back to wrap this one up for you. And welcome back, folks. The final score once again tonight, the Lady Panthers fall to the Fort Frye Lady Cadets 59-32. And it was a tale of two halves here, Marcus, much like the game we saw against West Muskingum. New Lexington fell behind 31-8 at halftime, and were able to play them pretty close in the second half. I only lost the second half by 4 points, but it's just too much of a deficit to come back from.
Yeah, it was a tough first half. They could not get anything flowing at all. Their offense wasn't great. Their defense was even worse. It was just a bad night out, and Fort Frye was going crazy. And
the bright spots for New Lexington in the second half, they really did get it going offensively. Yep. Chloe Dick came to life. She scored 15, nearly reached her season average, and Gracie Newland 3 for 4 from downtown in the second half. She provided a great spark for them, 9 points all coming in the second half, but once again fell short to a very, very good team. And this Panther team has really tested themselves outside conference, and that can only serve them well as the season rolls along. But next up for the Lady Panthers, Marcus, will be a game Saturday afternoon at 12:30 in Warsaw against Riverview. We will not be there, but that will be the next time the Lady Panthers will be in action. We will see you again tomorrow night from the Power Plant in Philo, as we will have Zanesville and Philo on the boys' side.
That should be an interesting game. Tonight, the second half was an interesting game. Mackenzie McCoy also really started to show herself. She didn't score a lot, but she was really playing aggressive, playing the point guard role